Harsha asked, can you please explain about new Amazon PPC strategies that Amazon rolled out this month? So I'm guessing she's talking about the dynamic bids.
I've been testing it. So there's Amazon PPC in the last like 3 months is just exploded. They're like changing and adding and doing so many different things. And as somebody who runs a software tool for it, it's amazing and frustrating at the same time because I've had to rewrite tools so frequently. Me and my guys have been rewriting stuff like crazy. And then, I'll wake up the next day and they'll be like, oh, they changed it again. I'll be like, but anyway, so some of the stuff that they rolled out is product targeting that used to be available only to the EMS platform, which was for larger brands. So they started to integrate those, which if you've done correctly, those we've been seeing some really, really crazy good results, like ACOS under 10, some ACOS like 1-2%, like super low. If you don't know what ACOS is, don't worry, we're going to go back and explain all this in this basic session here. And so that stuff's pretty exciting, pretty amazing, good stuff there. And then the other thing they did was the dynamic bidding. Now, before, I think it was January 1st, Amazon had kind of an algorithm. I'm sure it's machine learning, which means that they have a computer, they have a software that like watches stuff and then automatically adjusts. Before January 1st, they were automatically reducing your bid for you if they thought that person wouldn't convert. So if they were searching, say, for like a water bottle and the person, they were like, for some reason, Amazon's, between all their algorithms, they figure out that user's intent was not to purchase this. Maybe they're just researching it. Somehow Amazon knows this, or maybe they were searching for something previous to that might not relate to your product. Then they would reduce your bid because they're going, oh, this person's probably not going to buy this product. After January 1st, they now have, they've kind of gotten rid of the bid plus. And so now there's kind of I think it's 3 different options. You can either keep it as is, which is reduce bids if they think somebody's not going to convert. The new one is to increase or decrease the bid if they think somebody's going to convert, or not convert. So in other words, if they're not going to convert, they'll continue to lower bids. If they think somebody is going to convert, then you can specify, I think it was up to 900%. You can say like, raise my bid 100% if you are more confident that the person's going to convert. You get to set that percentage. And then the last option is to keep bids as is, meaning like, I don't trust your algorithm, Amazon, you're a dummy, and keep my bids the way they are. I didn't test the reduction one, of course, because that's how it's been operating thus far. I did test the raise and reduce, the middle option, I believe it was. And I think I raised up to like 500% on the conversion, like to raise my bids. But I varied it on other campaigns. I did like 100% raise. I did, a bunch of different ones. In my testing so far now, I can't say definitively this is the truth because, depending on your product category, there's so many different factors. There's no truth there, but I'm just from the data that we collected through our account, and we sell in quite a few different categories. So it is kind of a good, slew of test data. We found that it actually just raised our cost and it didn't really increase our sales. It increased sales, but it blew our ACOS up. So, in many people's mind, that's not worth it. Now, if you're doing a launch or something like that, it might be worth it. But on a day-to-day for an established product, that's not something you want to do. You don't want to lose money on a product. So, so far the testing is a negative on that front. So right now I'm back to reducing bids if they think they're not going to convert. I am going to test
on Amazon is the dynamic down.
Right, dynamic down.
Dynamic Correct. Down. It's not fixed. It's dynamic down.
Right. Next, I am going to test fixed though, because with testing the up bids, it worked so horribly that I'm now not confident that the down bids are working fantastically either. So that's the next thing I'm going to test. Yeah. So I think that covers that pretty much. Amy, did you have anything to add?
No, I'm testing out some of those things as well. The product targeting is really interesting. However, as with anything, the product targeting is just a type. You can target products instead of keywords. So you can find the ASIN of a competitor. So, if you're selling whatever, this water bottle, right? And you're wanting to target a specific competitor, and maybe you're priced just below them, but your quality is better, right? And you can tell that by your main image. Well, what you can do is you can go into this Amazon targeting campaign, product targeting, and you can put in that competitor's ASIN, and then you can set your bid, and it'll give you a suggested bid. You can enter the list of ASINs that you want to target, and then what you can do is you can go back out on Amazon and look up that competitor, and what you'll do is you'll look on their product page and you'll see the sponsored ads that are right below if you scroll down on the product page, and you can see where your product is showing up. So if you're on page 6 of, you're clicking through and you're seeing you're on page 6, and you want to see if it makes any difference if you're on page 1 of those sponsored ads, you can increase your bid. And then go back out on Amazon and look at their product page and scroll down to the sponsored ads and click the little arrow next to sponsored ads and see, okay, I increased my bid. Now I'm on page 2. Does that make any difference with the conversions, right? And so you can kind of test this out with various bids and see, all right, is there, am I converting their customers to buy my product? And so there's some things that you can do to help those customers convert to your product. For example, as I mentioned, you don't want to target a product that is priced lower than yours, but appears to be just the same quality in your main photo, right? Because customers, they really look at like the main photo, the title, and they just kind of compare. And so, you definitely want to make sure that you're priced competitively, and that your product is equal in quality and such. You want to think about the customer mindset anytime you're doing pay-per-click advertising.
Yeah, another cool thing too is that's like a super targeted approach, and that can work really well. What people need to realize when you do all of this is you need to let it run for like a week or two. You're not going to get that data right away. And once you do that, that's when you can start raising bids on stuff that's converting and either getting rid of or lowering bids on stuff that's not converting. Exactly. Another really cool thing to do, I'm not meaning to self-plug, but it works really well for this product targeting, is if you go to sellerseo.com//Chrome, it'll redirect you to the Chrome store, and we have a free keyword plugin. What's really cool about that is we just released this like a little bit after the product targeting, because the reason I did it is because I was doing this manually and I was like, oh my God, this is a pain in the ass. But what it'll do is if you put in a main keyword, say coffee cups, it'll pull all the related keywords, and then what you can do from that is you can hit get competition, and then it'll of course get all the competitors for those keywords. And then after you do that, there's another button that says get ASINs. What's cool about that is you click that button, then it'll download a CSV with like hundreds and hundreds of ASINs all related to that keyword from your competitors. So you took something that manually, if you had to go through and search, through the results of Amazon and pick out competitors that way, it takes forever. And on the product targeting, you can do up to 1,000 ASINs. So this is kind of like the shotgun approach. Amy was talking about the sniper approach. This is a shotgun approach. But I found this works really, really well, because you'll get a bunch of like stray products or stuff you didn't think about. Like, for example, like if we stick on like a water bottle example, you might get in that huge swath of stuff, you might get like a bike water bottle holder as a product that you're targeting. And all of a sudden you start getting a bunch of sales from that, because people are going, oh, I want a water bottle holder for my bike. Oh, and look at this water bottle that's advertised for this water bottle holder. Great, I'll get both. So we've seen some really, really good success with that, and that's pretty cool. So, definitely something to test is the sniper approach and then the shotgun approach too.